Hi, this is Guy from Coin Bureau. Before I jump into this video on the Gemini Dollar, I want to make it clear that we are not paid or mandated to do any of these videos. We do our research, we present our views for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice and you should speak to your advisor before buying cryptocurrency. Oh, and one more thing. If you're new to this channel, then you may want to hit that subscribe button for the latest news, reviews, and analysis. Now, let's get right back to the Gemini Dollar. The Gemini Dollar, that's GUSD, is a stablecoin that is issued by the Gemini exchange. It's Gemini's attempt to challenge the stablecoin status quo that is currently dominated by Tether. This coin was launched in September 2018 and has so far been slow to get out of the gates. This is mainly because of the range of other stablecoins that have also been launched in the last year, all of them trying to capitalize on the mistrust of Tether. These include the likes of the USD coin, Paxos Standard's Pax, TrueUSD, and MakerDAO's DAI, etc. Actually, we have a list of all of these stablecoins down in the description below if you fancy a read. Now, moving on. Gemini Dollar has billed itself as a more trustworthy alternative to Tether. But how is this so? Well, to start, the Gemini Dollar is issued by one of the few regulated exchanges in the US. It is also one of the few that has a license to operate within New York State. The GUSD is also 100% dollar-backed. This means that for every GUSD in circulation, there will be a corresponding dollar in their bank account. This bank is the State Street Bank and Trust Company in New York, which is FDIC insured. They've also employed the auditing services of BPM LLP to make sure that the bank balance always reflects the token supply. So they appear to have much more transparency and security than you have with Tether and its opaque operating structure. Now, having said that, the GUSD is still a centralized stablecoin. They control the fiat-backed funds and they are the gatekeepers for the redemption of these funds. So, not an ideal solution, but still a reasonable compromise. Quick side note here. We've covered the DAI stablecoin in a previous video, which is a decentralized variant. You may want to check that out. Anyway, jumping back to Gemini, let's take a closer look at the mechanics of it. The Gemini Dollar was issued on the Ethereum blockchain and, as such, is an ERC20 standard token. Using Ethereum smart contracts, every time dollars are deposited into the reserve, these tokens are generated. Similarly, whenever there is a redemption of funds, then a corresponding amount of GUSD tokens are burned. This is all done to ensure that the reserves equal the amount of GUSD outstanding. It is through this exact balance of supply and demand, as well as the theory of no arbitrage pricing, that the GUSD is able to keep that one-to-one peg. This is all done to ensure that the reserves equal the amount of GUSD outstanding. It is through this exact balance of supply and demand, as well as the theory of no arbitrage pricing, that the GUSD is able to keep that one-to-one peg. Now, if any of this is unclear, then you can read about it in our long-form review below. In terms of trading, the GUSD has surprisingly less coverage than many of the other stablecoins I mentioned above. Of course, you can buy them from Gemini directly, but it's not listed on any really reputable third-party exchange. For example, the primary volume is on CoinSuper and FatBTC, neither of which we really prefer. It also has listings on HitBTC and OKX, with the latter being relatively reputable and the former not so much. In terms of turnover on these exchanges, they're pretty reasonable, although nowhere near the levels of the other stablecoins. So liquidity could be a concern for large block orders of GUSD. Now, if you're going to be hodling GSD for a reasonable period of time, then you are going to want to move it into an offline wallet. Given that these are ERC20 standard, you have quite a few options with many supported wallets. However, you can't really beat the security of a hardware wallet, so do try and go for this. So, what do I really think of the Gemini Dollar? Well, it's great to see that there is another transparent alternative to the likes of Tether. Backed by a regulated exchange and fully audited, it sure is a breath of fresh air. Having said that, Gemini is still in total control of the redemptions. They can fully decide not to redeem if they so choose. Moreover, the volumes and exchange coverage of this coin is not ideal. There are other stablecoins with more attractive options. What do you think of the Gemini Dollar? Do you have any questions for me? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you found my video helpful, then show your support by liking and subscribing. It would be much appreciated.